Good afternoon, everyone. Jonathan Davis here with Davis Autosports. This is a pre-listing for a absolutely impeccable 2006 Jeep Wrangler TJ with 42,000 original and documented miles. So our pre-listings are done so that the public knows of our current inventory, and it's a pre-listing because it's as we got the vehicle in before we've reconditioned it and ran it through our service department and all the stuff we typically do to our Wranglers. Due to the condition of this, we are going to list this originally in stock condition. And this Jeep's going to be exactly what it is now after the pre-listing, but it's going to be reconditioned in service, and I'll go over some of that stuff here in a moment. But once again, it's a pre-listing. With that said, it can be purchased. This Jeep is in probably the top 10% of Jeeps as the owner of Davis Autosports we've ever had in. It has 42,000 miles. It looks like it has 5,000 miles. That's why I'm doing a pre-listing before we even touched it as well. So I'll do a quick walk around just so you guys can see the overall condition. All we did was literally washed it and did a quick little spray wax just to get it to the state it is now. You will not find a Jeep this clean. It is absolutely spectacular. Now, I mentioned that we are selling it in stock form. That doesn't mean as the buyer, if you want us to do any sort of upgrades and modifications, which we're known to do, we will happily do so. So without further ado, I'll do a good walk around. This thing shows absolutely incredible. Part of our reconditioning that we're going to do, not that this Jeep even needs it, and let me back up too. This thing has been owned by one family since day one. It has the title has been changed a few times within the family members, but it stayed within the same family. Okay, so technically it's sort of a one owner because it's all stayed in the same family. It's been garage kept. It's been kept in a $6 million house throughout its life up in Greenwich, Connecticut, and it's never seen winter. And the undercarriage, which we'll show you in a little bit, but while we're here, I mean, just look at the wheel wells. I mean, this thing, you still have stickers on the frame. We'll get into that in a moment, but this Jeep needs no reconditioning, but in DAS form, we're gonna make an incredible Jeep that much nicer by doing what we do to it. So the paint, although looks phenomenal, we can always get it to look better. So we're gonna do a nice polish on it and then do a final coating, which is gonna seal it to protect it for future damage. Another thing we're gonna do is all of the trim, and this is some of the best looking trim I've seen on a Wrangler. Usually they're much more faded, but we remove the fender flares all the way around, remove them off of the Jeep. We completely sand them down, we prime them, and we paint them a satin black. So it looks like they did that to the bumper. We have not done this bumper. Looks like the previous owner at some point in time had the bumper done. And they did some sort of work because they got the end caps on there for a nice little stubby factory bumper. So if you look at the difference between the front bumper and those, slightly faded, small difference. Most dealers would put tire shine on there. It would be dark, and then 2 days later, a week later, it'll look like that. So we're gonna dye this. We're gonna buff the paint. It's gonna look gorgeous. I mean, this thing, look at the handle. That is absolutely incredible. And these are small details that I noticed because I see thousands of Jeeps. Pillars, great condition. New best top, soft top, installed by the previous owner. Tinted windows on it. But man, this thing is a puff, just beautiful. You don't find them like this. I'm going to show you guys the inside here in a moment as well. We'll show you the undercarriage. They capped off the rear bumpers as well to give it a nice sporty look. Most dealers would get this thing in, throw some tire shine on it, and sell it in a day or two. But we're gonna make every Jeep we can as nice as we can possibly make it. I mean, this thing's just incredible. Some of these Jeeps that I get in like this, I honestly feel like put it in storage, factory windshield. just because the future value of these things are going to go through the roof. When they're this clean, this original, this nice, you just don't find them. Even the doors have never been off. Handle, once again, perfect. I mean, the inside of this thing is incredible. So these things are notorious. I mean, I've had 9,000 mile Jeeps, 15,000 mile Jeeps. I've had probably 30 Jeeps less than 50,000 miles. And one of the common issues is they crack here on the door panel. No cracking here, no cracking on that one. That's because this thing's been in a garage and has not seen sunlight. Also, the top of these are always faded from the sun. This thing has been garaged since day one. I mean, no damage coming into the Jeep. Door, seat bracket, perfect. I mean, just look at all this. If this thing showed 10,000 miles in the odometer, no one could contest this at all. Common area for all these that have rust and issues and everything else, perfect. Seals perfect. 6-speed manual. We haven't detailed this thing yet, so there's really not a whole lot of reconditioning. I mean, what do? It's a perfectly well kept Jeep. And this video being, I'm shooting this on an iPhone as opposed to our real big camera and our steady cam with all the expensive lenses that we normally shoot with. Camera's actually making it look worse because in low light situations, iPhones don't capture low light situations well. So this is actually darker in person. So it's actually making it look not as good on video. But this thing it's remarkable. It does have some upgraded wheels, 235, 75, 15, some Goodyear Wranglers with pretty much like new tread, tons of tread on there. Once again, no crack, that's just unheard of. Super clean everywhere. Top of the steering wheel, spotless. 42,500 original miles, 100% original. Rubber floor mats throughout. The seats are perfect. Look at that seatbelt, guys. I'm telling you, I can't tell you how many seatbelts that come in here and they're so nasty. Even on low mileage Jeeps, because people never clean their seatbelts. So when they come in year after year of grabbing it, it just gets dirty right here. Even people that keep their Jeep clean, they don't clean this, but look at that. That is perfect. I mean, this thing is perfect, perfect, perfect. So one really nice thing about this Jeep too. So once again, we haven't put this on the lift yet. I've inspected it, but we haven't done anything crazy to it whatsoever. But if you just look, so you'll see factory chalk lines on here from inspections, factory stickers everywhere, and I'm going to go through and show you the rest of it. But the undercarriage of this thing is just truly remarkable. You don't find them this clean anymore. As shown you earlier, look at that factory sticker, just how perfect it is. Sticker still behind the shock tower. I'm gonna do the best I can to show you all everything. Control arm, look at the bracket. So that's a factory chalk line from the factory. You don't find those anymore. The frame is in phenomenal condition. Factory chalk line. So this is the floor pan. Once again, we haven't touched it. That's just dirt and road grime, but look at how clean it is. Look at the wheel well. I mean, look at that. It is phenomenal. Factory chalk line, factory chalk line. I'm gonna be tied up for a minute, D. That was our mascot right there. Luna. What are you doing, girl? What are you doing? That's the DAS mascot right there. Once again, super clean frame, floor pan. And when we put this up on the lift, we're gonna clean all this up, but it's already, as you see, just truly spotless. You don't find them like this. Look how smooth the metal is on the frame. Just absolutely smooth as can be. Another nice thing, we inspected for all the leaks. There's nothing leaking There may be an axle seal leak on that side, but we're going to put in the listing everything that we're going to do to get this thing in true DAS form. That's a factory old chalk line right there. And they use like this, it's like this wax sort of pen that they use. But look how smooth that frame is. Perfectly smooth. That's a factory exhaust pipe. And look how clean it is. That's just another chalk line. So like I said, guys, if you're a TJ buyer, this is the stuff that should excite you. Especially if you're looking for something that's at the top percentile of what's out there. Look at the back side of that hood. Phenomenal. I mean, this thing is crazy. I mean, just so clean everywhere. I mean, usually these towers up here, are, if they're not rusted, they have the paint coming off, starting to bubble. I mean, it's just so clean. And guys, I've seen thousands of, I mean, we got probably 25 TJs over there, doing about 15 that are privately owned that we're restoring. And we got, if you go to our website or our YouTube, I mean, we've built probably 500 TJs just for our own inventory. That's not including all the ones that we've done for other people. So now let me see where our mascot is. Let me go ahead, I'll start this thing up. I drove it earlier. This thing drives 100% perfect. It also has both keys as well. 6-speed. There's your VIN. Of course. It goes to show we haven't even touched this thing yet. All right, guys, that's going to be our pre-listing. You should know exactly what this Jeep is. It's only going to get nicer once we run it through our shop. Make sure to go to our website, davisautosports.com. If you're viewing this on YouTube, also the underneath of these floor mats too, I'll show you both. Super clean carpet on both sides. Not hiding anything there whatsoever. She's spotless. If you guys are in the market for a TJ, this is it. As beautiful as this Jeep is in stock form, and it does look good, this thing with a 2.5-inch lift, some 32, 33-inch BFGs would be absolutely phenomenal and would not take away, in my opinion, from what this Jeep is whatsoever. Once again, 855-XJ Jeeps. That's 855-955-3377. Thank you.